It's been a week or two now that I haven't been able to do this because I've been a little bit sick. So I hope that this live is going to be a full time, like my 20 minutes or my half an hour, that I will not be coughing, because that's what happens when I start talking too much, and then I can control it. So let's see. But that's not what I want to talk about, obviously, today. I want to have it about your daily rituals. And your daily rituals is something that is an ingredient for success. And those that are maybe already following coaches, successful people, they might have heard how important the daily ritual can be. And those that have never heard about it, I can just encourage you to listen to what I have to say today. See what's happening? Because I realized when I started to get into a transformation in my life, I realized how important it was to have a certain structure, and that a daily ritual, which I never did before, was something that and is something that has helped me to really become the person that I want to be. And what I mean by that is that when you think about it, when you are in a position where you want to take control over your life, if you can't even take control of how you get up in the morning and what you do before that you start your day, then honestly, it means that you're not in control. And you might not agree with me, because a lot of people get up in the morning and then they finally decide that, life is going to happen and things are going to happen the way that they believe it's going into, coming in. But on the other hand, you might think that you have control, but you don't have that control. So I just want to share with you what I'm doing in the morning that made the difference for me and that made me think that I have control, obviously. Um, and it's because successful people, when you look at them, they are really going to do things that are giving them structure, that are giving them consistency, because consistency is one of the main ingredients for your success. If you don't feel that you're having control, then think back if you have consistency in your life, if there are things that you're actually repeating and doing. Now, I'm coming from the marketing. I'm a marketing manager for so many years. And one of the things that is one of the big rules in marketing is repetition. Repetition, because the more people see you, the more they can remember you and the more they can trust you. But in your daily life, it's a little bit the same thing. By doing repetition, by doing the same thing, by having control over those things, you will get every time better and better in it, and you feel a lot better in that situation as well. So when I got in a burnout, I realized that I could stay within my burnout and depression. It has taken me actually 2 years. But I also realized when I knew how to take things up, it started motivating me because my brain started acting and thinking differently. And that is a big, big difference. Is when your brain is starting to understand certain things and feeling like you can take control with your brain, then obviously that's where you will make the difference also as well in your life. And I'm just thinking of ways that you can do that. You have people that are going with the 5 a.m. club. The 5 a.m. club is those that are getting up at 5 in the morning and they start their day. And it's like, just feeling really good because they have already done a lot of things before that they have to do it with others. So it's the time for themselves. I'm not a 5 a.m. club person, but I do get up in the morning quite early as well. I have to admit, since that I'm a little bit sick, I don't do it. I really take the time as well in the morning to get up a little bit later and just try to recuperate in one way or the other. But when I got up, and when I do still, because it's something that I will continue doing anyway, when I get up earlier, like at least 1 hour before everybody else, then that's where you can see and feel the difference, because you have some time for yourself. You start your day with something that is personal, that is for you. And where I start with is the goals, my goals. Every day I write my goals in the morning, and every day I write my goals in the evening. And those goals are really, really important, because if you're writing your goals and it keeps you motivated, then you will continue doing every day what you need to do to get there. But the problem is that a lot of people don't really understand how they have to write their goals. They don't really have a clear vision of what a goal really is and how it can motivate them, how important it is. And usually those goals are kept small. For example, if you want to lose 3 kilos and you know that you have to leave the sugar behind and that you have to eat differently or that you have to start doing some sport, well, the 3 kilos might not be big enough to motivate you to keep consistency and doing it. A lot of people have good intentions in the beginning of the year, and then after a month, they're all gone. They're not continuing. They're giving up on their intentions. Why is that? It's because their goals have not been put into place big enough to make them and feel them motivated. When I was, again, as an example, in my burnout, I didn't have any energy, and I really wanted to get that energy back because I had it before, and I felt like the energy is giving me control back into my life. And as long as I didn't have that energy, I could feel that I was not in place to take action and do things I wanted to do. So I went to see an orthomolecular advisor, which is a person that is helping or has helped me to eat better, even if I had already a healthy life. In that case, he really helped me to understand how important can't find the word in English, the meals and the food and the vegetables and everything else that I had to eat. But I had to eat 40 different ingredients per week. And usually when you count, you're like maybe having 3 or 4 different ones per day. And that times 7, it's giving you 20, 28 more or less. But when you have 40, it makes a big difference. And he told me during that period, you eat only healthy food. You don't eat everything that is, related to rice and potatoes and things like that. Don't eat sugar. Don't have alcohol. So during a year and a half, I really committed myself to do that. And I stopped eating sugar. I stopped eating those things that I couldn't eat. I was doing really the healthy stuff. And I could keep it going. I was consistent because I knew exactly where I had some pain and where I wanted to make a change. And my goal was so big that there was no way that I would do something differently. Now, in my ritual, when I do my goals in the morning, after that, I'm taking 10 minutes to do a yoga exercise, which I think is an important way of keeping my body straight and relaxed and fit and everything else. But it could be different for you. Not everybody needs to have the same rituals. What is important is that you have something that works for you. If for you, for example, it would be going for a walk with your dog, or having some fitness exercises or jumping jacks or whatever it is, then that's good enough as well. It just is what it is that you do and that you keep doing every day that is consistency and that gives you that control again. After that, I'm reading a book. Could be only 1 or 2 pages, but every day I learn something new in the books that I read. And I think that also is a good way for me to motivate myself and to keep me going because I learn from others. And once that I do that, I go, I do some breathing exercises, but that's very personal. But after that, I go to the bathroom and I take a cold shower because the cold shower is giving me a lot of energy and is giving me that feeling like, yes, I have things under control and I feel good. I had to learn to do that, obviously. It's not something that I could do immediately. It just took time to get there and to do it. But once that I understood how important it was to get into that ritual and do it every day, I also understood that after a while, this comes automatically. I didn't have to think about it anymore. You know how many days that you need before that you can make a new change in your life? 60 days. So if you are consistent every day for 60 days, you build a new habit and you don't have to think about it anymore afterwards. So now, for example, in the time that I'm not so well, being sick a little bit, I am not doing my ritual as I used to do because I just need a little bit of a break in a way. I don't feel like I have the courage to go under a cold shower because of what I have today. Um, but nevertheless, I miss it. I realize that I miss it. So I'm looking forward to be better again so that I can do and start doing my ritual again. And suddenly I feel like, okay, I want to have control back into my life. So when you lose motivation to do something because you feel like this is too much, it's asking me too much efforts, ask yourself the question, why did you want to do it first? Why was it important for you? Why was it really important for you to do something that would give you that satisfaction and that control? If you have a good answer to that, it means that you have understood how important it is for you to make a change in your life and to be a lot stronger. If you have answered those questions correctly, you probably will understand that your goals need to be big enough. If they are not big enough, you will give up for sure. I can guarantee. You have to have big goals, so big that they can only keep motivating you. And that consistency of doing it every day over and over and over again is going to give you as well a good example of how you can be consistent in everything else that you do. So if you do your work, if you are an entrepreneur, or even if you are somebody working for somebody else, and you have consistency in your life and in your work, you will see that things come easily and will be a lot easier to take in action and to do. I gave a workshop today to managers, and somebody said to me, it's only when I started to build in the blocks into my calendar that I felt I had control and that I felt that I was doing a lot better in making things happening than if I didn't do it. And so when your calendar, for example, stays open very widely and you don't have something that is consistent or you don't have a clear view of what your calendar should be in your day, and what is going to happen? Well, you will be doing, yeah, you could procrastinate. You could start being overwhelmed because you have no control. You don't really know what you need to do. And then you lose time. And then you start um, thinking too much through instead of taking action and doing the things that you need to do. So your daily rituals is only a good example of something that you can start building into your day that will give you consistency, that will give you control. And by doing that, it will help you to do the things in other areas of your life in the same way and will give you also that feeling of a better control and of a better way of putting in things in your daily calendar. So I think if you want to build two things today and work on those and try to see if you can do something with it, it's first of all, find a way that you think is working for you from a daily ritual. And what would that be for you? Just describe what your daily ritual is going to be. And the second one is to build that discipline. Start doing it one day after the other and see what happens after 60 days. See how you get control by doing that every single day. And that at the end, you will not even think about it anymore, but you will feel so much differently. I feel that I shouldn't say that, but I'm just going to say it because I'm very transparent and I'm somebody that is quite open as well in how I feel. This life that I'm giving today, I feel it's not a great life because I just feel like I'm not on top of the topic as I would like to. I don't know if it's because I don't feel very well. I don't know if it's because my English today is not that good. Maybe I'm criticizing myself a little bit too much, but sometimes if you're not happy about something, it's okay to say it as well. So if you have something to give me as feedback, I would be happy to hear it. I usually speak more in Dutch. I try to do it a little bit more in English now because I miss my English. I used to work a lot in English, and I just feel like I may help more people, giving more motivation to more people as I speak and coach in French and Dutch and even in English. I felt like doing a live in English could help as well. And I'm trying to do that now every week. But I feel that I still need to practice quite a bit. And yeah, no excuse, but message is there. And I think it's more important than the way that I'm bringing it. The way is obviously a lot important as well. But in this case, I would just say that what content is important. So remember that your daily ritual is something that really can help you to get into control and get your success going. Make sure that you do this an hour before that you get up, or not that you get up, but that everybody else is up. Why? Because you want to make the time for yourself. You want to make sure that you have the things in control for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be lived by others and lived in the rituals of others. Make it first for yourself. And then start building that consistency. Make sure that you do it every single day, because the first 60 days are the most important ones, are the most difficult ones. But once that you pass those 60 days, you will see that after that, you will get a habit out of it, and you will get a lot better at it as well. And then you transform. You will start feeling a change in your life. You will start feeling so much better. I have one of my clients that started doing it. As soon as we started coaching, he started making changes in his daily ritual. And he has told me that his whole life already changed for him because of that, because he got structure, he got discipline, he felt a lot better, he felt energized, he felt motivated. Now, the thing is that we have started, so we'll see in 60 days if he's still doing it. But his goals are so big that he's convinced that he will keep doing them. And I have been doing them now for 2 years. I think this is the first time that I'm not doing it consistently since 10 days because of not feeling well. But I'm adding a little piece of each one of my rituals back into my daily habits so that I can build it up again. Because it's not because I'm sick. There are not certain parts of my daily rituals I cannot do, like writing my goals. I continue doing that. I have stopped doing a little bit of the yoga just because putting my head down with my stuffed head hasn't been helpful, and was not really, when I was coughing, it was not really helpful. Um, but and the cold shower, the same thing. But those, I miss them, so I know that they will come back easily once that I feel better. But what is it for you? What is it that you can do? What is it that you think is going to make your life better? What is it that you think that you can do to get control in your life? You know, I have some clients that have told me that change in their life and getting a better, a better daily life, but also being better as an entrepreneur, willing to earn more money, and so on, they could only get successful if they would be in that daily ritual. And as long as they haven't decided exactly that that is what matters, they will not get to that success that they want to achieve. I can only help you to get there and to do it, and to think that, and making sure that you understand how important it is to do, but you have to do it. I cannot push people to do things. I can only recommend and motivate you to get there. So that makes me think again, make sure that your goals are well set. Make sure that they are big enough and that they motivate you. And once that is fine, then only then you will understand that your ritual will help you to get that control and to get to where you want to be. And if you don't believe me, check it out with other successful people. They all say it. And the ingredients for success are very clear. Your goals need to be clear. You need to be consistent. You need to be disciplined. You need to have self-confidence and believe in your project and in the things that you want to achieve and get. You need to be surrounded by the people that have done the things before you and that they can help you, motivate you. And then you have to have a plan. And the plan, just follow it through. Don't give up, because there is no failing. It's only those that don't try that fail. But continue doing it every single day, and you will see what that brings into your life. It will change dramatically. I can assure you. It has worked for so many people, So why wouldn't it work for you? It all depends on what decision do you take. What is it that you want to do with it? What is it that you feel is making the difference here? You don't have to, but I can only recommend you to check it out, try it, and see what happens and what it is for you. But you can be a different person, the person that you want to be. Okay? So, if you want, you can give me your feedback. You can also, if you're on YouTube, you can also subscribe so that you can follow me, so that every week you hear my lives. And I hope that next time I will have a little bit more energy to give it with more enthusiasm. I thought I was able to do it today, but it feels like, it's still stuffed. Um, and then, other than that, if you are on LinkedIn or on Facebook, then obviously the same counts there as well. It's always good to have some feedback. I'm Dominique. I'm a 10x business coach. And what does it mean, 10x? It's getting those 10 times bigger goals, 10 times bigger thinking, and just willing to have a better life. That is 10 times better than what you might have right now. And if you want, you can get in touch with me. I can help you to identify how you can build your life in a better way through your entrepreneurship, or even as a manager or a person that is working for somebody else. If you want to get a better life, if you want to earn something different next to what you're doing today, all is possible. Everything that you want to achieve can be done because you have the potential to get there. And if you don't have it, it's not the potential that you don't have, it's the skills. And the skills is something that you can learn. And that's where coaches are for. They are there to help you to learn things. Not only coaches, obviously, but coaches can definitely help you to get a step further in your life. So, this is it for tonight. I wish you a very pleasant evening or day if you're listening during the day. And let me know what you think. All right. Bye.